Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we'll be testing out the new Tarte Face Take Foundation. As you gorgeous people know, this is about the product, not the people behind it. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Am I a little bit too high? Oh, there we go. So, I'm not gonna lie or even try to hide my excitement over the fact that we are finally gonna test this. I say finally because these have literally been sitting on my counter for like 3 weeks, just taunting the hell out of me. I just want to slather this shit all over my face and see how it looks. I'm the kind of person that is always on the hunt for a really good foundation. I have my tried and trues like my Dior Backstage, oh god. And I've recently fallen in love with this CoverGirl Olay, like shit yes. Oh, and this ColourPop stick one, I just found this one. It is very good. But I feel like I use those three on this channel almost every video, and so I really want to find a new one. And like pretty much everything in life, I do have some shit to say about this, but I first want to introduce you to today's sponsor. I do want to preface this. Preface? Anyways, I just want to start by saying that sponsorships on this channel are very, very rare. Not that I don't get offers. I do get quite a few, but I feel like when channels do like sponsorship overloads, people start to lose trust and interest in that channel. And so when a sponsorship offer does catch my eye, I have to make sure that it's something really, really good that I believe in and that it's something that I think you'll be interested in. And so today's products, I've been testing them thoroughly every day, and I've actually been using products from this brand for like 2 years and mentioned them in an unsponsored video, but nobody gives two shits about that. So let's talk about today's sponsor. I have been traveling a lot. I never realized how much traveling affects the skin. I go from humid to dry to hot to cold back to hot, and my skin literally does not know what the fuck to do. And so when I got a message from today's sponsor, Duval, saying that their sister company Mix Easy was launching customizable face products, I'm not gonna lie, my pants did get a little bit tighter. If you check out their website, you'll notice that they have customizable products for both the hair and the skin, but today we're just gonna check out their products for the skin, and I'm gonna show you how I've incorporated those products into my daily routine using their Duval spin brush. They do have quite a few products to choose from. I'm currently using their face wash and their face cream with the same add-ins, but there's so many variations to choose from depending on what kind of skin you currently have and what you'd like to achieve. For example, I have combination skin, so we'll go ahead and click that, and then when you get to the next page, you can hover over each ingredient for details on what it does, then add it to your formula so you can look like the sexy beast that you are. You can add things for anti-aging, mattifying, hydration, brightening, evening the skin tone, and you can check out with just a wash, a mask, a lotion. Really, it's up to you because any of the products can be added into your daily routine without any issue. These won't fuck with your skin because they're all natural and organic. They're vegan friendly, they're cruelty free. They're all totally handmade with your custom ingredients. They're paraben free, sulfate free, dye free. They have no silicone, which is more than I can say for these titties. No, I'm kidding, but they are free of silicone, mineral oil, harsh chemicals, and these are never ever tested on animals. And I do have some non-affiliate codes for you to use to save you some money. No, I'm not getting a kickback or anything from you making a purchase. I just really believe in this brand and this product, and I'm always down to save you some money if I can. And if you're like me, you like to really get into those pores and wash them the fuck out. Fortunately, Duval launched their Radiant Skincare System, which I might add pairs perfectly with a face wash, but with their spinning brush, you can deep clean softly without damaging your skin. In the morning, I bring this baby into the shower with me and use the large head to exfoliate my whole body, and then the small head to prepare my skin for the day. Then at night, I use the small head again to remove any nastiness on my skin and take off whatever's remaining of my makeup. I ended up getting a fairly creamy mixture for my face wash because I wanted a lot of hydration for these dry ass winter and spring months, and I love how the brush makes the face wash lather up and feel so creamy and delightful on my face. I don't know why I love creamy things on my face. Maybe it just brings me back to my dating years. But a lot of times after I use an oil to remove my makeup, I'll go in with this brush and it'll actually end up further removing so much fucking foundation and product that the brush turns a different color. That is how I know it's really cleaning my face. I mean, it's kind of gross, but at the same time, like, yay. But the brush is so soft and smooth, yet it cleans so hardcore. Other spin brushes that I've used just leave my face feeling like raw and sore, but not with this brush. And I love the fact that if I do want to exfoliate my face, they do include a thicker, more denser brush, which honestly I use all over my body before I apply self-tanner. There are just so many different options with this kit, and I do have a 70% off code for you to use with your Duval purchase. Yes, you heard me right, 70% off. Like, what the shit, man? And once again, I'm not earning a kickback from this. This is just to save you some money. But I love Duval. I love their sassy sister Mix Easy. Please let me know down in the comments below if you've ever tried their products. If you'd like to try their products, what would you like? Apart from the face products, I love their hair tools. Like, they are very, very good. But big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Let's hop into this review, shall we? This foundation. Oh my god, was it ever a shit show when it first came out? God damn. I don't know if you remember, but around this time last year, Tarte launched their first Shape Tape foundation. It came in like a dewy and a matte finish. I did test both of them. If I remember, I'll put a card somewhere up there. But not only did the actual formula suck kid kitty titty, the color selection was for shame. Honestly, that was the kind of thing that could easily put this brand out of business. I don't know how they scooped themselves up, but they did somehow. Oh, cheers. This company, which fortunate for them, markets globally, had almost every shade if you're light-skinned, but unfortunately, if you were much darker than me, you would have a little bit of a rough time finding your shade. And quite actually, even though I had quite a few to choose from, I still never even found my shade match. I can't remember if it oxidized or what, but I had the dewy foundation on one side and the matte on the other, and even though I'm pretty sure they were technically the same shades, there was such a huge difference. I don't need to get into it further, but it was just really, really bad. It had no shades for deeper skin tones, and if you're like some small indie brand and you can only come out with like 12 shades, then I totally get that. I don't think people realize exactly how expensive it is for companies to come out with foundations. I'm talking like 7 figures, like big money. But like I said before, Tarte caters to the entire fucking world. They aren't some small time business, they are the real deal. So for them to come out with the terrible range that they had was just inexcusable. Fortunately, I think they may have redeemed themselves. No idea how the formula is. I have not watched a single review. In fact, I really haven't seen anybody posting videos about this. Maybe they're boycotting it because of the last fiasco, but I'm very curious to try it, so we are definitely going to. But I'm on the Ulta website looking at swatches. They have 2 white people arms, 1 medium skin tone person, and 2 darker skin toned arm swatches. And I do think this does look a little bit inconsistent, and not having everything spread out in front of me in like physical form, I really can't give you an accurate judgment. But just from the pictures alone, it looks like a few of the shades are almost identical, and then it skips. Like big ass jumps. Oh, fuck my life. I'm doing all my certifications for my products to come out, and I just got an email from one of the people that I requested a quote from, and holy God, that's a lot of money. Oh, that's if I have 50 products. Oh my God, okay. Whew. Oh God damn, that's still a lot of money. Okay, back to reviewing this. Jeez. Oh, who needs a retirement fund anyway? Okay, what the hell was I talking about? There are quite a few gaps in this, but at least they do go quite deep, and from what I can tell, they do go pretty light. They do have 5 different undertones, which I personally very much appreciate because I still don't know what the fuck I am. It depends on the day. One day I have a rose undertone, the next day I'm yellow, one day I'm green. Like, I don't know where the fuck I stand. But it looks like they have 50 different shades, which good for you, honey. And let's look at the price. This does retail for $39. Ooh, God, and it only has 3.5 stars out of 5. That's not that good. I mean, it could be much worse, but still. Let's see what people are saying about this. Let's start with the lowest reviews. Could be better. They need to dust themselves off and try again. Returning ASAP. This made their skin look dry and dull. Super cakey and very oily. Ooh, I don't like the sounds of that. Maybe we'll use a mattifying primer because I do tend to get a little bit oily throughout the day. Let's read the 5-star reviews and see what they have to say. Bought this on a whim because they do have combination skin, especially in the winter. It lasted pretty well, even on the parts of their skin that was oily. Absolutely amazing, full coverage, even more so than the original foundation. Favorite foundation ever. Okay, none of these are actually helpful, but I'm glad some people like it. And because I really couldn't tell from the pictures what the fuck shade I am, I came prepared, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shades to pick from. But here we have a light neutral, which is 22N. That looks good, but it might be a little bit too light for me. Here we have 22H light honey. Well, that might be good too. Fuck. But it could end up being a little bit too light for me as well. This is 27H light medium honey. Ooh, that might be it. Oh, I don't know. I do tend to go a little bit deeper with my foundation just because I like that summery glow that it gives me. I especially love when I stop blending my foundation out right there and you can see an obvious color difference. Love that. This one is 20B light beige. I don't think that's gonna match me. And this last one should be a little bit deeper. This is 22 light beige. Ooh, no. Oh, see, on camera, this does look like it'd be perfect, doesn't it? Okay, let me just take a tiny bit. No, that is way too light for me. Put that in the box. I'm putting this other beige back in the box. And I personally think that 27H is gonna be a little bit too deep for me as well. Try some of that right here. Well, fuck, maybe that's even too light for me. Where are you supposed to swatch these? Should I be doing that on my neck? That does look too light, doesn't it? Do I have anything deeper? No, that's the deepest shade I got, so I guess we're gonna go with 27H light medium honey. This is why I hate ordering things online, because I just can't fucking tell. Like, even in person, those look very similar. I guess this one is maybe a little bit more gray toned? I don't know. We're gonna go with it and hope that it works. I suppose if it does end up being too light, I can always exchange it. But let me go ahead and quick take off my makeup. I'm just wearing a tiny bit of concealer because the bitch has been stressed lately and these bags under my eyes are real as shit. Ooh, this smells like a Fruit Loop. And this makeup remover has nothing on it except water, so it really shouldn't affect anything. All right, there we go. We are clean faced like a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed hooker. And for primer, I'm actually gonna mix two. This is the No Problem primer. God, I hate that name. Just gonna take a little squirt of that, and then I'm also gonna take this Essence Prime Plus Studio Mattifying Pore Minimizing Primer. I really don't like when I get oily throughout the day, so if I can help it, I definitely will. Especially if people are saying that this does get oily quickly. Oh God, those do not smell good together. Ugh. Very subtle smell, like if you burped into a jar, sealed it up, and then opened it the next day, that's what this would smell like. All right, so I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is apply this half of my face with a sponge and then this half of my face with a brush, so let's get into it. I really don't know how much of this to use. Like, are you supposed to use a tiny bit or a lot? Let's see, hypoallergenic, long wear, full coverage with a natural matte finish. It's transfer proof, but how much do I use? Just start with one little squirt. Come on. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, a nice thick consistency. There's no way that's gonna cover half my face, but let's try it. Is there a mirror anywhere, maybe? There we go. All right. Oh my God, that actually is very full coverage and definitely way too light for me. How the fuck did that happen? Like, I thought this was gonna be super deep on me when I ordered it. But lightness aside, this actually looks really damn good on my skin. Like, really, really good. I don't know if you can see how smooth that is on my skin, but like, what the hell? I dare say, this might look better than my Dior Backstage, which, oh God, I would kill somebody for. It is settling under my eyes a little bit weirdly, but pretty much everything does, but this almost went to like a second skin powder finish. It does still feel a little bit wet and tacky and sticky, but fuck, that looks really good. Maybe I just used too little, but I think it's a very bold claim that they're saying this is anything over light to medium coverage. Like, they are ballsy for saying this is full coverage, because no. But I'm gonna leave this side with just one pump, and then I'm gonna take another pump on the other side. Does that look like the same amount? Take a little bit more, there we go. And I actually think this might oxidize a tiny bit. I can't tell if I'm just getting used to the color or it is indeed getting darker. Does this have a smell? I don't know if that's my brush or this. No, I don't think this has a smell. I must have washed this brush with like a potpourri bundle's ass. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but to me, there is kind of a color difference between that and that, so I do think this oxidizes. If I had actually got my shade, I probably would be a little bit mad about that, but because this is on the light side, any deepening that wants to happen, I would definitely appreciate it. I mean, who doesn't love it deep, right? But there we go. I do think that both sides look the same, but personally, I prefer this side just because it looks a little bit smoother and kind of powdery. This side, it doesn't look bad, but it's just a little bit more textured, so I'm gonna take this sponge and kind of go over it. Oh my God, I looked at myself on my monitor. I am very pale. Why the fuck did Macaulay Culkin just come to mind? But this is definitely way too light for me. I think though, I am very curious and want to know if I can layer this, so I'm just gonna take another like pump and a half. Let's just take this all over the face, a little here, a little there, a little everywhere, and see if this little mama works her magic when it's layered. Oh my God, I hate the way foundation collects in my mustachio right there. It just does not look good. I think this foundation's consistency might just be a little bit too thick to blend in between the hairs, which for a lot of people wouldn't be an issue, but that's actually something that I take into consideration because I do mix the foundation into my beard, and if it just looks patchy or weird, then people are gonna notice and I don't wanna wear it. But this foundation is like right on the border of not looking good with facial hair, so I think we'll be all right. Oh God. All right, that is all blended out, at least as good as I can get it. What do we think? I think it looks really damn good. It's creasing like a mofo underneath my eyes, and it's doing that weird like stripey thing on my eyelids. I will say, and I don't know if it's because of the amount that I put on, it does feel very heavy. And I guess I do have a lot on my face. Like, I have 2 primers, I have 2 layers of this, but right now it just feels like the kind of product where it's gonna make you break out. Like, I can feel my skin screaming. And some people might be like, well, that's because it's a full coverage foundation, but there are actually quite a few full coverage foundations that are super lightweight. This doesn't feel like one of them, at least not on my skin. It doesn't feel good like right around there, and that's usually where I break out when it's makeup related. No idea why, but shit happens. Let me just give this a minute or two to dry down. Normally I love love things wet, but not in this case. Okay, this still feels very heavy and it's actually transferring onto my finger. I've been blowing myself here for like 3 minutes straight and it still feels the same, so I'm wondering if maybe I should do some setting powder on this, because otherwise in like an hour, everything that you see here will probably be on my nips. So let me go ahead and apply my concealer. For that, I'm using this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in a shade that is too light for me, but whatever. This is the shade Vanilla. Ooh, and those seem to play together very, very nicely. I like it. Now, before anything creases, I'm gonna take some Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and set it under my eyes. Oh, yes, baby. I'm gonna let that kind of cook there for just a minute. And in the meantime, I'm gonna dip into this Cover FX palette and dip into this finishing powder. And I'm just gonna take that all over the rest of the face and kind of press it in. I really hope this sucks up some of that moisture because this does not feel comfortable on my forehead. Oh, fuck, and it is creasing a lot. Shit, I need to stop doing that. Oh, it still feels weird. Going a little bit heavier, I'm gonna dip into this Laura Mercier translucent powder and kind of tap it into my brush. Let's try this on the face. I think the other powder might just be a little bit too compacted, so I'm not getting enough on the brush. And you know what? Pretty much instantly, this feels so much better, like totally transformed. Is there like a weird white line right there, or am I just seeing shit? This still doesn't feel perfect, like it's not the most comfortable, but because it was so easy to remove, that really makes me wonder about how it'll react throughout the day to my oils. But there we go, she is all set. I still think it looks pretty damn good. My under eyes, they are creasy. They don't look the best, but such is life. But I can tell that even after like 15 minutes of letting this set, it never really dried down all the way because the powder kind of clung to certain parts of my face. So that shit's a little bit weird to me. Too light of a shade aside, I think it does look pretty good. But does it feel good on my skin? No, it doesn't. In fact, I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to do like a full-time wear test because my forehead is feeling a little bit breaky-outy. So I'm gonna try to keep today's eye look on the simple side in case I have to do like an emergency wipe down. All right, let's start things off. I'm gonna dip into this Suva Beauty Block Party palette. Oh my God, look at the fucking color in there. Yes! I'm gonna take the white shade in here and place it all over my eye from lid to brow just to create a nice clean blank canvas. Yes, bitch, giving you Queen Elizabeth realness right here. Then I love a good yellow, so let's dip into Lemonade and place that all over the eyeball and start to work it up the crease. My God, this brush smells like a skunk's rectum. Where have you been? Do you know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna take a little bit more translucent powder and set it underneath my eyes just in case there's any fallout from this eyeshadow. Let's dip into Jimmy Juice from Andy Candy Makeup. Let's place that all along the eyelid. Oh my God, that's pretty. Ever so slightly blending it in with that yellow. Oh shit, you know what? We're gonna dip this brush that I used in the other yellow and dip into Andy Candy's Limoncello. Look at that. I am going to blend that all along the crease line here. Ready? Loves it. A little bit more of that orange. And for the lower lash, I'm gonna dip into Jeffree Star's Queen Bee and kind of work it along the lower lash with a fluffy brush. God, I look so weird. Why do I look like an alien? Then I'm gonna take some of that orange we were using and just go from the inner eye and bring that right along the lower lash line about halfway in. Maybe I can use a little bit of Queen Bee as a liner. Kind of, not really. Okay, let's just put on some lashes and call it a day. Where the fuck is my eyelash glue? I will find you, little bitch. And here we are with the final look. These eyes are so fucking weird. Like, I feel like they need more to them, like some serious dimension, but it's so weird that I just wanted to keep them like this. Oh, so odd. Anyway, for lips, I used Wet n Wild's Flame of the Game, and then in the center, I used Jeffree Star's Flamethrower and a little bit of Queen Bee. Here is what our skin looks like. I gotta say right now, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like a $40 foundation. No. It definitely, to me, looks like a drugstore foundation, but it feels kind of like a dollar store foundation. She is not comfortable. I don't know if it's that second layer that I put on. I don't know why it would be, but I still have that feeling like I'm gonna break out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wear time test. I have already had this on for about an hour. I was looking for my eyelash glue and could not find that little bitch. I never found it, and these hoes are hanging on by a fucking thread. But I think from a distance, she looks great. So let's go ahead and see what a few hours does. I will see you in just just a second. And we are back. It's actually only been like maybe an hour, and I am sorry, but I gotta take this shit off. It is making my face feel like it's going to break the fuck out. Like, it's just heavy. It feels like it's actually making my face oily. I mean, it does kind of very slightly transfer, but for the most part, it feels like it's locked into place. And I'm really curious to know how long this would actually last, but unfortunately, just based off the way it feels on my skin, I'm not super in love. What do you think? I mean, highlighter is popping, eyes look tiny and beady, but that's okay. I think it looks really damn good. I wish it didn't feel that way, because otherwise I would probably give this a thumbs up. And I don't know that it really felt this way with the first application, but it didn't give me the coverage that I wanted. And so if I were to use this, I would want to like double up and apply the same amount, and if this is how it's gonna feel, no. So do I recommend it? If you're wanting it for light coverage, then yes, I do think it was really pretty on my skin. But if you're wanting it for its intended purpose, which is actual full coverage, then no. You can see how it looks on my skin. I think it looks really pretty. It's just that it doesn't feel that great. It just feels heavy. It feels cakey. It does seem to be holding up on my nose pretty well. Actually, no, I take that back. Now that I'm looking at it after I rubbed it, it just came right off. And it's only been on for what, like 2 hours total? My God, it would melt off like I were in the fucking microwave with any longer. And I do see that even though I set it with powder, it did definitely set my fine lines. I would love if a foundation didn't do that. I'm not super mad about that because there really aren't many foundations that don't do that on me. Oh, y'all, I don't know about this one. My Dior Backstage is the exact same price. I had to use less of it and it gave way better coverage. It feels light as air, so if you're gonna spend 40 bucks on a foundation, I think there's way better products that you could invest in. I don't think it's the worst foundation ever. I just don't think it's really any better than the lower end drugstore ones. Oh my God, that is such a bitchy thing to say, but it's true. Looks beautiful, feels terrible. I'll probably give it a try again after I give my skin a little rest, so make sure you follow me on social media and I might update you on there. But here we have it. It's okay. And before we close this video out, big thank you once again to Duval and Mix Easy for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check them out. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplix.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplix.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.